This episode is brought to you by the members of the You Run Podcast Network. A place where everyone is a loved member of the podcasting community. To link up with these shows and find your next podcast addiction, visit YouRunPodcast.com.
You want to die tonight?
Late at night, I tune into your show, where you talk horror with a unique flow. Your voice is like sirens, draws me in, as you pick apart movies on murder and sin. Scott and Mark set the scene. I hang on every word lost in the screen. Your passion for fear is contagious enough. You make me believe in Mark's fucking long roundups. You run podcast, horror movie review, sharing facts and playing games too. Your words paint pictures of darkness and dread, leaving me grinning long after you fled. You run podcast. You run podcast.
Fucking nuts.
Hello and welcome to the You Run Podcast Horror Movie Review. My name is Scott,
My name is Mark.
and we are your weekly horror movie review show that you run and control. We release new episodes every single Tuesday across all podcast platforms and YouTube. Early drops on Patreon the Thursday before. You can go to Instagram at You Run Podcast and vote for the movies that appear here. It's been a week for me. I'm tired, and I'm glad we have this movie, even though it's hated, because I quite like it.
I love it. I love it. I have a really weird mixed relationship with the Alien franchise because I tend to love the movie that people tend to dislike the most in this franchise. As much as I love the original, obviously, it's a classic, I'm not a big Aliens guy. I'm not a fan of Aliens in comparison to the rest of the franchise. The same can be said for Alien 3. A lot of people hate on that movie. I don't mind Alien 3.
I love Alien 3.
I think it pulls back a lot more to the horror of the franchise that was lost in the sequel. And I think with Resurrection, you get a nice blend of everything that the franchise has to offer. So I think it's a well-rounded movie, and it's one of my favorites, you know. And I'm the guy who's like champions Prometheus. If it's for me and someone said, what Alien movie are you watching? I'm watching the David movies. I'm watching Prometheus and Covenant.
Yeah, which I don't understand, but hey ho. If you're new here, we review our review and our scores. We then do a deep dive, not necessarily in order. We tend to go that way, but it depends on what's going on in our life, what mood we're in, what the movie is. This movie, I guarantee you, we're going to be all over the place because so much happens in so many places, and it's one of those that I'm going to start talking about something and go, oh, yeah, but then later this happens, and we're going to bounce all over. After we've done our review, we have interactive features like 3-word review and voicemails. We're then going to play a game, which today is called That's Not My Baby.
Sounds interesting.
Which Mark is going to like. Today, you guys chose, as we probably guessed already, Alien Resurrection as our journey into bad sequels continue. Joke's on you this week. Like, you picked this thinking me and Mark are going to sit here go, fucking shit movie, and that's not the review you're getting. Set 200 years after the events of Alien 3, we see yet another evil corporation, this time the US government, led by a super-hatted Dan Hader, who's in absolutely everything, and he does nothing without his cap on, and the voice of Chucky himself, Brad Dourif, as the evil scientist, as they attempt to harness the power of the xenomorph through off-the-books experiments. Ripley is back in a new clone hybrid form with fan-fucking-tastic basketball skills, a badass attitude, and absolutely zero parenting ability. And to keep things interesting, we're throwing in a group of mercenaries, including Lydia Dietz, Top Dollar, Hellboy, and to ensure we tick all of the relevant boxes, we also throw in a black guy and a guy in a wheelchair. I will add that these two are two of my favourite characters as well. As you would imagine, the xenomorphs get out, all hell breaks loose, and it's down to Ripley and her new team to save the day, even if it means killing her own mutant offspring. This film gets so much shit. Like, one of the biggest complaints is Ripley being different. It's the most common complaint. Like, that's not my Ripley. To me, it makes perfect sense. No, it's not Ripley. Ripley died 200 years ago. This is a clone that has alien DNA in it. It's a different character completely. I love the cool mix of criminals in this, like, Avengers assemble, let's recapture the magic of the Marines in Aliens and put this ragtag team together. I think every single scene with a xenomorph or the hybrid baby are cool, especially all the underwater stuff is fucking awesome. I know it's heavily flawed in logic. There are many times in this movie I go, well, that's fucking stupid. Why would you do that? But I think to close out what was marketed as the end of the series, this was the end of the quadrology because they created a new word for it. I think this is solid. It's a 3.5 out of 5. And I don't know. I by the end of this episode, I may up that score, but at the moment, it's a 3.5 out of 5. I enjoyed the shit out of this movie. It's great fun.
Yeah. I'm pretty much there with you, really, mate, with everything you've said. I think it's a very alien movie, and I think, as I've already mentioned, it blends pretty much everything that the franchise done so far up until this point. It leans more heavily into the campy aspect of cinema, but I think that's more due to the time of its release than it is anything else. You know, there's a lot of elements of the jokes are very hard hitting in this, as opposed to some of the previous Alien movies. Yeah, the jokes are there in places, but they feel genuine between characters. Like conversations and punchlines flow naturally. Whereas here, they're more funny one-liners that don't organically feel like would flow in normal conversation, but they may get giggles in a cinema. And yeah, I think that's really one of the key elements of the Alien movie is a popcorn cinema movie. If you're a diehard Alien fan, I can understand why you would be offended by the sequel, and I get why it pissed a lot of people off. I personally really enjoyed this movie. It's heavy on the action. It's heavy on certain elements of the horror side of it with numerous kills and stuff like that. I think they do a great job of pulling the aliens back as well and not revealing too much and not having them there glowingly on screen. And they feel more of a threat again, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that I really dislike about Aliens is when you go from such a small contrast of what the first movie provided, where it's just one alien and it can cause so much fucking carnage. But by the time you get to the sequel and there's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of them, yet they're still holding guard against one of the smartest, intelligent creatures in the universe as far as the is concerned, you know, and they still manage to hold them off and pull them back and things. And I'm like, well, seeing the destruction that one of these things can cause as a team and a unity, I don't see how you guys would have a chance in the movie. Overrunning, and that's one of the biggest flaws I have with Alien. However, Alien 3, again, it reduces the scale slightly, and that's why I enjoy Alien 3 a lot more. And here, again, it's a lot more of a smaller scale up until the end of the movie. And I think that's where the true impact of what the xenomorph is shines. So for me, that's why I like the movie. I think, yeah, you're right, there's a lot of flaws to it, but I will watch anything for Winona Ryder. And I think this, for me, is one of my favorite performances of hers. Sigourney Weaver looked in this movie. I'm not going to lie to you. She looked like a cross between Sigourney Weaver and fucking Danzig in most of it. It's really strange what they've done to her because I know she doesn't normally look like this. It's the wet gelled look and the weird reptilian style she has to her face. And I know that's part of the character she's playing, but it is an adjustment to make with her.
Yeah, I like it. I like the new look.
I get the sass, you know what I mean? I get the difference in it, but there is so much to this movie where we'll talk about it as we go in, but there is a lot of stuff in this movie, especially with Sigourney Weaver's character, where she knows what she's doing. She knows, she picks up on a lot of things that I didn't pick up on until this watch, actually. I've thought a few of them in the past, but her movements and her acting and the way she acts like a xenomorph inside. The one I'm going to bear through now, I was going to save it till later, but the water scene, you will notice she's the only one swimming like a xenomorph in that entire scene. When the xenomorphs come through, she swims the same way, like as if she's doggy paddling through water. And actually, I was like, why are you swimming like that? Nobody swims like that. And then like 2 minutes later, the xenomorph swam in behind it and they're swimming exactly the same. And I'm like, that's amazing. And some of her movements and the way she looks around
in the containment cell at the beginning when it's just her and she's just pacing up and down, in there she's one step away from like fucking running around the wall and climbing like a xenomorph. It's brilliant. Absolutely
it's so
brilliant.
good, man. And I'm like, you know what you're doing with this franchise. There is a reason this movie works with you and not with you. And that can be said for a lot of the franchise going forward in many aspects. But I don't know. I love this movie. I think it provides me with everything I need it to. It's a fantastic popcorn film, and I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, and I think that's a solid score. I think both of our scores are solid. Your mic is not solid tonight. I keep getting the you keep going robotic. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. We'll pause it and then like it's going to be seamless because obviously I'm going to leave in this conversation, but we'll pause it and roll straight into an ad like nothing happened.
Got a favorite movie on your mind? Imagine showing that to someone for the first time. Well, grab your popcorn and find a good spot and tune your ears into the reaction shot. Hosted by Dave, a true movie buff. He brings on a guest who hasn't seen the stuff. Fresh eyes, big laughs, from the wild to sublime. It's the first time watch every single time.
When the midnight hour's creeping near and you're looking for a dose of cinematic fear, don't turn the lights, don't look behind. We've got the perfect horror show to ease your mind. Ho! Turn up the volume, turn the lights down low. It's Son of the Floorboards, the ultimate show. With John and Eric breaking down the fight from classic monsters to the indie night.
I'm your mommy now.
Make sure you go and check out the You Run Podcast Network, and you can find every single one of the shows, including the Reaction Shot podcast and Under the Floorboards podcast at yourunpodcast.com. There's also another 16 shows there that cover everything from true crime through to cryptids, through to horror, TV reviews, like you name it, it's there. Literally go on our website, scroll through, pick one that you like the cover art for, and listen to an episode. If you're looking for a specific episode, just go in the search bar and search it. And we've expanded it now. So it used to be you have to go into the individual show and search. There's now a search bar on the home screen. Go to the home screen and search, I don't know, Terrifier 3, and it'll bring up every single show in the new You Run Podcast Network that's covered Terrifier 3.
How fancy.
It's very fancy. While you're there, you also get links to all of our social media. We're at You Run Podcast everywhere. Instagram's where you go to choose the movies, and everywhere else is where you go for some kind of hybrid version of that, some kind of alien morphed version from our unique form on Instagram. On there, you'll also find links to our Patreon. On our Patreon, I cannot tell you how much extra you're getting now. There is a brand new show called the You Run Recap, where I am going back through every single one of the 270 plus episodes that this show has done and giving you a scene by scene run through of that movie with my comments and thoughts on a rewatch. That is a weekly show. There's also the additional show of You Run Extra, where me and Mark talk absolute wild stuff. The one that's coming out next is all about Australian horror. Yeah, which we're recording in a minute. There's also True Crime, early access to that show, early access to this show, and also True Crime Extra, which I'm recording with Heather on Sunday, which the topic for that is just me and Heather are just going to talk. There is literally no topic whatsoever. We're just going to rock up, go, hi, Heather, how are you? And that conversation is going to go where it goes. So all of that's available on Patreon. Also, there's one other thing that I need to tell you about.
SW Cop Power is bringing forget. Sunday, the 12th of July, Oasis Academy, Southampton. Thrilling entrances, jaw-dropping moves in raw intensity. Plus former WWE superstar Scotty 2 Hardy. To book tickets, go to wrestling.co.uk.
I cannot emphasize enough how much you need to go to this event or to an event by Kapow Wrestling. It's run by a guy called Chris Kay, who is a former British champion multiple times over. Super, super nice guy. He's got a roster of... There are people within this wrestling company right now that within the next 5 years you are going to see on global television because they're that good. Also there, you get to meet Scotty 2 Hotty and you get to meet me. Scotty slightly fat and overweight and a little bit hairy. So make sure you get all
to it. I like that.
Scotty a little bit fat and a little bit hairy. Yeah. who can't do the worm but just looks like a worm. And also, if you subscribe to our Patreon and get early access to this, you don't hit any of these ads. You get to skip all of them. So make sure you do that as well. And I think that's enough advertising. I try to drag these out. Like I try to make the ads as long as is humanly possible to make people then go, fuck this. I'm fed up of hearing him tell me the same shit every single week and then go subscribe to Patreon.
Do you know what? It's weird because I am so used to it now. Like there is certain segments in this show where my brain just switches off because I just what's going.
The thing is though, to get rid of these ads, it is £2 a month. You could literally find £2 a month on the floor.
That's a cup of coffee a day. That it's not even a cup of coffee a day. That shit's about £4 of coffee nowadays.
Yeah, you would spend more if you bought 2 chocolate bars in a month than you would to get rid of all the ads and have our show almost a week early. So please do that. Like there's literally thousands of you that listen every single week. Like if half of you done that, me and Mark would be in a position going, do you know what? We only need a little bit more and we can do this full time. We don't need to work anymore. So please go and do that.
That would be awesome. We could deliver more episodes for you guys every week. Just think if you paid £1, you would be able to do 2 or 3 episodes a week. Imagine that. If my job was to watch horror movies and talk about it for you guys daily, how great would that be?
We could record easily 2 episodes 3 times a week if this was our full-time job.
Mate, if this was my full-time job, I'd be in here from 8 till 5 every day.
So would I. How many episodes? We could knock out an entire year's worth of content in about 6 weeks.
Easily. But the thing is, well, like if this was our full-time job, just think about it realistically, the things that we could do, like the lives we could do all the time and things like that. Like the possibilities are endless. So if you want us to grow and you want this to be a bigger thing for you guys and for us, help us out. Donate. Subscribe to Patreon. We will make it worth your while. The bigger we grow, the bigger Patreon goes, the more content you will be able to gain access to because we will put more time into it.
I tell you what, if we get 200 paid Patreon subscribers, I will start an OnlyFans and sell nudes of myself. That's
Why do you always go there? Nobody wants your OnlyFans. Stop it.
Right. Anyway, let's talk about this movie. Like I said, this episode is going to go everywhere. I'm going to kick off with a fact. Sigourney Weaver flat out refused to do a 4th Alien movie. He said, absolutely no way. I'm not interested whatsoever. Do you know what changed her mind?
Money.
I have a quote from Sigourney Weaver and it's fucking amazing. I didn't want to do it, but they basically drove a dump truck full of cash to my house and I kind of had no choice.
Yeah. Blame her. I blame anybody who comes back for sequels in any movie, in any capacity, whether they're dead or written off whatsoever. I imagine this is like a Jamie Lee Curtis Halloween H2O situation where they only did the 3rd with the agreement that they were going to kill her character.
Yeah. And like Sigourney Weaver insisted she died in 3.
Yeah.
And then you imagine that it was 4 years after 3, they come knocking on the door and would like you to come back. She's like, no, you categorically killed me. And they're like, did you see all the money we have right here? She's like, do you know what? Maybe there is a way to bring me back. I could get on board for this.
And the thing is as well, given the science development we're witnessing throughout this franchise, I don't understand people's complaints. when they say, "Well, she died. How is she back?" Don't make any sense. But like they show you categorically throughout this film the failed attempts at trying to bring her back multiple times, which justifies it even more for me in many instances. Is like I think it's great. I love the story of her coming back as a clone, and the fact that she's not herself is even better. You know, she's come back as a hybrid in many ways. You know, and I think it makes for such good storytelling.
Yeah, I think it does as well, and I think the fact that she's effectively a new character. She is as much xenomorph as she is Ripley, but she's got these memories of Ripley, so she can remember all the shit she's done before. But she's
But no
now
emotion attached to it.
no emotion attached to it, and now in this all singing, all dancing body that honestly they do not really utilize the shit she can do. They give us glimpses throughout, and all the way through, I'm like, oh, you can definitely do so much more damage than you're currently doing.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is as well, like if you want to compare clone movies, this is go watch Paul W. Anderson's fucking Resident Evil franchise, and you will know the shit show that is available to you with clones in movies.
Yeah, I agree completely. I also really like the new team. So you've got the two doctors, one of which is Brad Dourif, and in this he is fantastic, which is why I opened with a Chucky clip. Like he is the best he's ever been on camera in this. He's sleazy, he's slimy.
I don't know. I have to disagree with that statement. I love Brad Dourif. I think he's an absolutely phenomenal actor. I love him in Lord of the Rings. He's fucking brilliant in that. I love him as Chucky in the Child's Play franchise. I even love him in Exorcist 3. But I tell you what, there is no better role that man has delivered his entire life as what he does in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Argue with me. I dare you.
No, to be fair, he's great. He's about the only good thing in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. But in this, he's great. I also like the general, who I don't know if you noticed this or if it was just a me thing. But like the general's played by Dan Hayder, who's been in like everything in the mid-90s.
Mm-hmm.
At no point is he without a hat, apart from one moment where he's sat at his desk and he's talking to one of the mercenaries who's come in. And as soon as he stands up, he puts his hat on. And honestly, it cracks me up because it's like he's incapable of standing without wearing a hat. He makes a big thing of like, he goes to stand, he stops himself, grabs his hat, puts the hat on, and then stands. I'm like, this is a weird, like, character thing you've added, because there's no fucking way that's in the script. And you've just developed this thing that when the general stands up, he's wearing a hat and he's fully committed. Like, if anyone is going to watch this after this episode, just watch the hat play. Like, it sits down, comes off, stands up, back on. It's fucking hilarious.
I get it though. I watched this reel the other day about bald men, and like this bald fella, he comes to the door and then he steps outside as if he's about to leave, and he realizes, oh shit, and then he runs back inside and grabs a hat. You know, I do it all the time. I'm not bothered about being bald. But like, wearing hats for me now is like a haircut. You know, it's just part of my look, my image. Like I feel weird and naked without a hat because I'm so used to wearing it, because I spent so many years prior, when I was bald, trying to cover it up. So like that's how I styled myself, is just by wearing hats. Like I have more hats than I have anything.
Yeah, which is strange. And Mark's frozen on me again. I'm really sorry, everyone. Mark's we're having. Oh, he's back. You're back.
I went on a full tangent about I had more hat chest tips. Know what happened?
And stupidly, we were speaking before we come on air. My wedding. So this comes out after I'm married, but my wedding's in a week. And we've just discussed getting you a hat that says best man for the wedding, so you don't have to be bald all day.
Yeah, because I'll just feel naked all day. And I mean, I'm not bothered about being bald. You know, when I'm on holiday, like I'm always like hatless because I don't want to. And even sometimes at work, like if it's a really hot day at work, I'll have to purposefully take a hat off because otherwise I'm like brown all over, but with a white dome.
You,
You know,
you look like a pencil with a rubber on the top.
exactly. So I have to plan for hot weather because otherwise I look like a dick. But I just wear hats all the time now. It's just part of who I am as a person. You know, it's just me. It's weird.
Yeah.
But
But
as I say, it's strange. It's strange, but I get it. Every time he was doing certain things, I remember the one that really stood out to me the most in this movie is when the alarm goes off, when all the xenomorphs escape. And I don't know if it's the same scene that you're referring to, but I, in my head, are visualizing him being in bed,
yeah,
and he has to get up. And the first thing he does, he doesn't even put any clothes on apart from vest and his boxer shorts, and he immediately grabs his hat.
yeah. Like I'd never noticed it before, but on this watch, it was like I spotted it once, and then I spotted it again, and then that was it. Like the whole watch of this movie become, is he going to put a hat on? He put a hat on. Like I'm sat on the sofa, going, there's a hat. There's a hat.
Makes a drinking game.
No, you'd be absolutely smashed. Every time he puts on a hat, take a shot. It'd be the shortest lived film ever. This movie moves relatively slow. Like you get a lot of stuff with like Ripley, and like she has a moment where she kind of gets a bit aggressive, and you see she's got acid blood. They did have a really cool scene planned that they decided against it. So the director had a vision. He storyboarded a mosquito feeding on Ripley, and then as it flew away, just going where the acid blood melted it.
That's
and
cool.
he was fully committed until the SFX team told him how much it would cost. He's like, nah, we'll give it a miss.
But you say that, but then they do really weird opening sequence in this movie of the mosquito with the xenomorph face, and as it pans out, so it's like you look, it's closed in on a xenomorph, it pans out, and then it's like a mosquito,
Yeah,
and then it's buzzing around, and it's all CGI. This won't have been cheap in those days. It's buzzing around, and then like the pilot who's flying the ship just squashes it on the windscreen. It's basically like a Men in Black opening sequence. Is the only way I can describe it to you.
Men in Black definitely ripped this off. Without doubt in my mind.
But it's the strangest thing ever, and I'm like, why did it look like a xenomorph? Because I know mosquitoes don't look like even under a makeup.
No, they don't. But again, it worked. Like there's lots of CGI in this. I'm going to say the CGI, it has dated, but it's not dated to the point where I roll. Like,
No,
especially the stuff in the water, I think looks great still.
I think the only major culprit for this movie is, so the xenomorphs have escaped by this point. Again, I need to come back to this because I have questions. We've got the three in the pod. We'll more about the in-depth of the escape because it's worth talking about. But we've got the three in the pod. We get the one that's killed in the pod. Then we've got two left. And then the one chases into the pod, and the general throws in the grenade. And then that blows up that ship. That's the wonky CGI xenomorph, in my opinion, in the entirety of the movie, where it crawls up the side of the escape pod on the top.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think, again, all the water stuff looks great. I think most of it still looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Introduction of the Rico's Roughnecks. I cannot tell you how much I love their arrival on the space station. And like the general comes out and they're all being scanned for metal. And Top Dollar, I'm going to call him Top Dollar because it's Top Dollar from The Crow. He's like, what, this is what it's come to? He's like, well, you need to check. The guy in the wheelchair where he wheels forward and they scan him. He's like, and like the whole, like everything lights up. Like, boom, 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 boom. And he's like, do you want to like lift me out and scan the chair? And the bloke just looks at him like, no. And like lets him in. Also, the black guy with his guns, like seeing his guns set up on the ship before he comes in, and then seeing that play out later, that's cool. I love those guns.
So there's a really interesting aspect to the guns that I don't feel is fully fleshed out in this movie, because those guns are actually attached to him physically. They're not just part of the jacket he's wearing. And there's a conversation between him and the guy who's like the fucking crazy guy from Breaking Bad, who beats Jesse. And they're talking about it, and they're saying, as they're about to go into the war, and it says, does your guns work underwater? And he's explaining that his are actually part of his anatomy. They're built into him. So like their work because they're different, and he's blown away by it. He's like, that's amazing. I've heard stories about this, but I've never actually seen them. But then they're not utilized underwater. It's Ron Perlman who fires the fucking rocket launcher to blow the head off that xenomorph. And I'm like, you set this up to explain that his guns specifically work underwater because they're part of his anatomy, yet it's not even him who executes it underwater.
there is a deleted scene where he goes full like insane
John Wick in a swimming pool.
Definitely.
You say that that's the introduction to the crazy gang, though, but the best thing about it is we do briefly get an introduction to them before this scanning scene where they're working on the ship and they're doing whatever, and we get Ron Perlman coming in over the top of Sigourney, the guy in the wheel.
He drops the knife.
He drops a knife in the paralyzed guy's leg, and he doesn't even realize he's done it. And one of the greatest lines in this entire movie is Ron Perlman shouting back at Winona Ryder, "I am a man with whom not to fuck." And I'm like, there is no reason for you to say it in that manner whatsoever, but it's fucking perfect.
He fully channels Yoda in that moment.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And it's one of my favorite quotes in this entire movie. In fact, it's probably one of my favorite quotes in cinema. And now on, I am going to use that line whenever I feel it appropriate.
I think you should use that line. I would accept if I give you shit on the show and you use that line, I'm just going to stop. That's how it's going to work from now on.
The next time you might see it cranked out is at like For Love of Horror if I'm getting really rowdy in a queue again. And you just hear me in the distance saying, "I am a man with whom not to fuck." You know there's trouble.
Is that when I then need to come over and take your ticket off you and snap it like she does the knife?
Exactly.
No, Mark.
That, yeah.
Bad Mark.
Start squirting me with water.
Sigourney Weaver is cool as shit, and nothing shows it as much as her playing basketball. So the guys come in, the mercenaries come in, and they're trading humans for a shit ton of money for them to experiment on with the xenomorphs that we're going to get to in a minute, because I have questions about the knowledge of the scientists and how the xenomorphs escape. So we'll get there in a minute. But they've traded their thing. They've got the money. It's like, do you mind if we spend a couple of days on the ship? And the general's like, fill your boots. And they walk in on Sigourney Weaver playing basketball. And Ron Perlman becomes like,
horn dog. Proper horn dog.
There is some proper sexual tension in this scene.
Yeah.
And Sigourney Weaver like teasing him and bouncing the ball behind his head, and then absolutely fucking decimates him. The guy with the guns gets like picks up a massive weighted barbell and smacks her in the face, and she smiles and takes him out, kicks the fuck out of about 6 guards, and then one of the scientists comes in and goes, "Ripley." It's like, "Oh, I was just having some fun," and then like full on basketball over the head, swoosh. Like she literally does this.
Open your mouth wide and take it.
And she lands it, and this is all her as well. And I want to say, I can't guarantee this is backup, and I'm sure you have the fact to this. I feel that was a one take.
Unfortunately, it's not. It is a myth that has been established over a very, very long time. So it's commonly thought that she sunk it in one shot. She didn't. It was over 200 takes. And it reached a point where the director went, "We do not have the time or the budget to stand here and watch you try this again and again and again. So you get one more take. And then after that, I'm really sorry, we're going to do it with a mixture of CGI and you throwing it and someone throwing a ball in." And Sigourney Weaver was a little bit annoyed because she spent a couple of days with someone coaching her how to play basketball and sort of practicing this, doing it and getting a little bit further away. And on the final take, she done it and she got it in. And in the actual uncut version, as she done it, Ron Perlman's got the biggest fucking grin on his face. He's like, "Holy fuck." And then you hear everyone clapping. The director was pissed off that Ron Perlman broke character and everyone started clapping. Like all of the cast and crew are like, "Yay!" Because they've sat in there for a whole day. And they, Yeah, but they managed to edit it enough to use the actual shot that she done in the movie. I've released the clip before, but I'm going to release it again of her actually getting the shot on Ron Perlman's reaction, because his reaction is fucking priceless. He's like, holy fuck, it's so good.
Yeah, it's brilliant. But again, this scene in particular highlights the first time Sigourney Weaver bleeds because she gets hit with the barbell in the face, the blood falls to the floor, and you start to see her red blood disintegrate like a xenomorph's blood would.
Yeah, which leads me nicely into the scientists, Brad Dourif and his team, know what the xenomorph are.
Mm-hmm.
They've studied them. They understand them. They've built these excellent containment pods for them. They know they bleed acid, and at no point did they go, Joe, we'll probably make these acid proof. Like there is 100% a contractor has been involved. He's gone, well, we've made it padded. They're not going to cut themselves. Like, you don't need acid. We'll save you millions. Like, this is 100%. This is you on site. You don't need that. I'm going to save you a fortune here. Like, I don't get it. Like, they know what the xenomorphs do, but like these pods are not acid proof in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, but in the same sense, like, I guess they have studied them. This is Jurassic Park, you know, it's difficult, but I do love how the breakout happens in the fact that two of them turn on one of them, and they do it in the moment where the rest of them are distracted by the kerfuffle that's going on in the gym. They see this moment as an opportunity, and they immediately turn. It's like velociraptors, you know, and I'm like, oh, that's so clever.
I like it. Do you know what I don't like? Is the conversation they have beforehand. Like, you get the xenomorphs like going, nah, 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 nah. Like, it's a proper conversation where one of them's just going, like, he stood there going, it's a little bit like Stu Marker and Billy Loomis. He's going, do it now, do it. Like, that's the vibe I get.
Like, they speak, they communicate, like animals and species communicate. You know, you can only assume they're having a conversation about, let's fucking do this, dude, and he'll melt through the floor. It's like, I don't know. I kind of like Dave. I don't think we should off him, you know.
I've never seen another species communicate where one of them's like got his hands behind his head going, go on, stab me, I can take it. Like, that's
no, because the thing is, the one that's getting done in, you can tell, like, he's like as if to be like, no, don't fucking do this to me.
Do the other dude. Why are you killing me?
Yeah, exactly. Like, it works well. You can see the communication playing out between the three of them. I thought it was brilliant, personally. I think it was really, really clever way to utilize the escape plan. And then obviously Brad Dourif comes in little too late. Can't find his fucking keys to unlock. Why is that thing even locked?
I don't know. I love the play with the button. Like, he blasts the alien with the button earlier, and then there's a bit where, like, he's going to get the button, and the alien's just looking at him like, motherfucker, you gonna press that button?
I don't know why it's padlocked. It makes no sense that they would padlock it. But it makes
your only defense against the alien is locked behind a padlock, that your keys are on a chain and you've got 1,000. It's insane.
Like, it's not like it's the big red button that's going to detonate a nuclear war that only certain people have the passcode to. You know, it's like, no, you need to press this quickly if shit gets out of hand. But no, you need a fucking combination lock to open it. The next scene as well, the aliens melt through the floor. They've clearly escaped, and Brad Dourif goes in the room. I'm like, dude, why are you going in that room? Why have you opened that door? Immediately get the fuck out of Dodge. Don't hang around. Shit's about to go down. He opens the cell, walks in, and I'm like, you're fucked. Like, you have just signed your own death warrant here. You know this is not going to end well for you. And rightly so. The alien leaps back up out of the hole and drags him in. I'm like, thank you, dude, but he deserves that.
He really did deserve it. Like, the thing is, there's a lot going on in this movie. So, like, before we get here, we've got all the face huggers in the pod. That's just like, I've said it on every Alien episode we covered. The face hugger is infinitely more scary than the xenomorph, because the xenomorph is going to kill me. The face hugger is going to fuck my face, and then I'm going to die. Like, of the two,
I mean, rapey spiders are definitely worse in my opinion.
Rapey spiders are not high on anyone's list of things they want round their face. Like, just
No.
awful.
But again, like, it just shows the brutality of the science in this movie. Like, they're willing to just off innocent people in order to discover new things about this life form, which I suppose can be said for a lot of scientists in many ways. But it's interesting to see it like this, and especially when we get the survivor at the end. And that is one of my favorite scenes in the movie where they're explaining to him, it's like, oh, it's not looking good for you, man. Like, I don't think this is going to work well for you, you know? And he's like, just what the fuck's inside of me, Sigourney? You fuck, dude.
Yeah. It is the fact he's going, what's inside me? And they're arguing the toss. He's like, what's inside me? What's inside? What's in fucking inside me? And Sigourney was like, oh, there is an alien inside you. It was put in your mouth with a spider penis. And in a minute, it's going to burst out of your chest and you're going to die a horrible, painful death. That's what's inside you. I'm like, oh, it's like sugarcoat it like a little bit. Like try and take the edge off of that, but brutal. Absolutely brutal.
The realization in this guy's face as he finds out he's been face raped by an alien species. It's just like, oh shit.
The thing is, he's cool throughout as well, because there's points where like it's gonna go and he's like and like they're all pointing guns at him and he's like holding his chest going, I'm all right, he's just like, I've got it under control. It's like almost like a panic attack.
I like him. I think he's great. Like he pulls in as like an irritating character very early on, but he becomes a hero of the movie. He self-sacrifices knowing he's fucked, and self-sacrifice is one of the kills in the movie as well.
Yeah, because that's where he gives the hug in it and the xenomorph
and
out the chest
through his chest and then through the head of dickhead sized. So
yeah, honestly, it's amazing. The stupid thing is we nearly didn't get this movie. So originally it was scheduled to be the fourth movie was going to be Alien versus Predator. That's what we were going to get. But the problem is they couldn't get all of the rights and everyone together. And the idea was that they would do Alien Resurrection to fill a gap with Alien versus Predator following the next year. It took a further 7 years to get the rights sorted out. So we didn't get it until 2004, which is mental.
Yeah. And that movie's shocking.
It is. AVP 2 is worse, but there is bits in both of those movies where I'm like, that's cool. Like the net scene where he slings the net over the xenomorph and it just fucking
melts his head. Yeah, it's really cool.
So
like there's some cool stuff and it's a unique concept that I kind of like. And I actually think AVP 2 is a better movie than AVP 1. The problem with AVP 2 is you can't fucking see anything. That movie is so black. Like it's so dark. Every single scene. It's like watching that movie is like watching a horror movie during the day with the curtains open, even though you've got all the curtains shut. I don't know why no one's gone back and re-edited the lighting on that movie and released it properly, because it probably is a lot better of an experience to watch it in that sense. But it's fucking diabolical, man.
It is. It's like when you get a new horror game and you get the first opening screen, it's like, adjust the brightness so you can just about see the logo. Like, and it's like they went completely the other way and we want it here. I'll be honest, when I play a horror game, it's like adjust it so you can just see the logo. By the time I've set the brightness, the logo is glowing at me. I'm like, I want it that bright. That's how bright I want it. All hell breaks loose from here. You get the like the alarm sounds, you get the general having like an absolute fucking meltdown, and this is where he does the grenade down the thing, and this is where we get the dodgy CGI.
Because his confidence in throwing grenades baffles the life out of me, right? You've rolled a ball, you've played bowling, you roll a perfectly cylinder ball down a single track which is perfectly glossed, you know, there's little room for deviation when you do that. It still fucking always ends up in the gully, or at least when I play. However, this dude throws a grenade. It's got a ridge around the middle of it. It's got a cap on the top, you know, like it doesn't take much variation for that to just topple in completely the opposite direction. This motherfucker throws it down an extremely long corridor before he even sees where it goes. And bearing in mind, we see the blast this thing causes. Like it blows shit up. Like if it had stayed on his ship, that ship that he's on fucked. He rolls and without a second hesitation. He turns around and closes the door as if to say, like, job done. I'm like, no, dude. No one's that confident. Nobody is that confident in what you've just tried to achieve here.
He's highly trained and he is wearing his hat.
No bullshit, man. I was like, no fucking way did you just pull that off. That is not happening.
Yeah, see, I love the general. I also love his death as well. His like absolute rant of like, oh, it's fine. No one needs to worry. Dead.
Yeah.
Great.
Sneak attack straight through the back of the skull. And as well, he pulls like a bit of his brain out and looks at it as if to say, oh, no.
No, it's gone horribly wrong. What is that? There's a thing in this movie that I find not only fascinating, but slightly erotic and also very weird. And it's the relationship between Sigourney Weaver's character and who we find out as a synthetic, Winona Ryder's character. There is so much sexual tension between these two characters. Like I even used the picture that's down below us where Ripley grabs her face, and like there's a part of me, and it's terrible because it's like the male gaze, but there's a part of me that's going, kiss her. I really want I want you to kiss her now. Kiss her really strong. Like I've seen pornos start like this, and like they play it this way that the tension between those is very, very sexual. But then also Ripley's like a mother figure. It's like this weird stepmom relationship that's kind of erotic and kind of protective. It's fucking bizarre. It's such a weird choice. But I kind of like it.
I love it. I think it works really well. I think the character balance between the two of them is set up perfectly with the fact that Winona Ryder there to kill her in the first place. And because she reveals so much to Sigourney Weaver, I don't know how much Sigourney Weaver knows before it's revealed to her by Winona Ryder. I have to assume very little because she seems very shocked by the initial conversation as she goes to take her out.
You say that, but she does lay there, like roll over and go, are you going to do it or what? Like, you're obviously here to kill me. Just come on, let's go. Let's tussle.
Yeah. And I like that set up that way. You know yourself, it's one of those situations where when somebody doesn't like you or you have like an arch nemesis, you feel drawn to do something and engage with that situation more. There's something dangerous about it in many aspects, and I feel like that's the pull initially. The initial pull is the danger of the dynamic between the two of them, and then once it's revealed that she's synthetic, you get the level of sympathy from Sigourney Weaver toward Winona Ryder's character. You feel that real sense of sympathy of outcast. It's like, actually, you're an outcast, I'm an outcast. We're trying to fit in. We're trying to be human in many aspects when neither of us are. You know,
yeah. You've also got the repressed memories that have come back where she can remember Bishop, who died to save her. So instantly, this character that she essentially should hate, like one, she empathizes with her because they're kind of in the same boat. But also, she's like, also, I remember synthetics are pretty fucking nice to me. Like the last synthetic I knew, like dragged his torso across an entire ship to ensure that I survived. Like I like their dynamic, but it's definitely got a weird sexual edge to it that's a bit, I don't know, it's a bit odd.
Yeah, I'm here for it though, to be honest with you. One thing I want to really highlight here is I know we're going to get to the reveal of her being a synthetic later on, but we've already touched upon it. So let's talk about Winona Ryder being a synthetic at this point. It's cool, but not only is it cool, it's so much fucking cooler on rewatches. There are so many scenes in this movie where it's basically telling you. It's basically telling you without telling you. Like the scene before they go underwater, and Winona Ryder's like, right, guys, here we go, hold your breath. There's almost a split-second scene where she undoes her jacket as if she's about to flick a switch to turn into water mud. You know, like it's like she knows this isn't going to be an issue for her. She doesn't need to hold her breath. She can swim this shit all day long, you know? But she's so enamored by trying to fit in and be human that she knows how to play so well. And it's the misguided resistance to accept what she is that baffles me about her character. I mean, I get it by the time we do get to the reveals of she's like this new version that has
because
literally
they talk about
thinking.
Yeah, there was almost like a revolution of synthetics, and they were all fucking deleted.
That's a
And
movie I want to watch, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's an awesome concept for a movie. And you talk about the underwater scene. So Winona Ryder had not done anything in water since she was about 12 years old, where she nearly drowned. And then she signed on for this movie, and she signed on for this before she read the script. She got it sent to her. It said Alien and it said Sigourney Weaver, and she just signed it and sent it back. Went, yeah, I'm in. Like, that's all I need.
Yeah.
When she got to the water scene, she had an anxiety attack on set. Like, I don't want to do this. They spent over 75 hours completely underwater to film those scenes. That's a long time.
Yeah,
like,
a very long time.
And they're cool as shit as well, like the underwater xenomorphs.
People hate this scene. People hate this segment of this movie. I do not get it for the life of me. It's
one of the best bits. Like, they're swimming for their life, and the xenomorphs are way behind, and they're never going to catch them. And when the xenomorphs hit the water, they literally become fucking Flipper.
Yeah.
Like, it's Flipper and Free Willy, and they're like, do. And like that scene where Ron Perlman does like the big fucking grenade launcher and pulls the trigger, and this kind of goes and it comes out so slow, and then it picks up. But like, all of everything underwater is fantastic. Arguably the best action sequence in the whole movie. I absolutely love it.
Brilliant. The thing that I one of my favorite Sylvester Stallone movies is Daylight. For those of you who know what Daylight is,
Tunnel.
Tunnel Crash. They have a big similar underwater segment where they have to swim from one segment of the tunnel to the other, and it's underwater like this. And this is where the old man bites the dust. It's a very sad moment in the movie. The old man gets beat at this point. Also have to leave the guy on the stretcher who does his neck in as well, and he just flew him off down the. It's a really sad.
That's a great film.
It's fucking mega. I love Daylight. It's one of my favorite movies, and in fact, considering this room full from top to bottom of horror VHS, Daylight is sat on the shelf there because it deserves a place, because that movie is fucking terrifying. However, my point being, why is there water on this spaceship to this capacity?
I think it's a case of where they've damaged the ship with grenades and all the other shit they've done. I think it is actually the water that they use for their drinking water. I think it's the filtration system that's been damaged, that's then flooded an area. Because like this whole segment,
it goes
is
very deep blue sea at this point, isn't it?
I was about to say the whole thing is deep blue sea. Like, even the fact they need to climb the fucking ladder as the xenomorphs are circling below.
Yeah, it's like the death tunnel from Deep Blue Sea.
It is exactly that scene. However, this is cooler because Ron Perlman does that, like, fully leaned back. Like, and do you know he'd done that himself? And then
he's a stacked dude. I can't imagine that was much effort for him to do.
It was huge effort for him to do because it took a lot of takes. The following day, he got up in the morning. He's like, "I need a shower. My fucking legs really hurt." When he went into the shower, he'd actually bruised his legs so badly on the back of his like calves that he'd broken the skin, and he actually had scabs and cuts on the back of his legs from where he was dangling upside down for so long.
Wow. Let's talk about this scene and the hanging upside down scene, because one, it's very cool that the guy gets on with the alien acid and it starts melting his face. Love that shit. Looked really fucking awesome. I like carrying the handicap guy. I don't even know if handicap's the right terminology to use. Is that even a thing anymore? Handicapped?
Less abled, I think, is the correct term.
Less abled. Well, they call him a cripple in this movie, so I think handicap's a better choice of words than what this movie goes for.
He's the cripple with the gun that takes about 11 hours to put together.
Yeah. So he's carrying him. He gets shot with the zombie acid. Then Ron Perlman does his thing. So he's screaming out for Ron Perlman to save him. He's screaming out. He's like, save me. Ron Perlman saves him. And then he just fucking ends it. And I'm like, I get your face is a bit fucked, but you haven't taken any other damage up until this point. you know, and it's not like it's continued, like it's died off now. Like whatever damage is done is done.
Yeah.
Like, just spin around and take the load off the other guy and climb to the top.
And climb up. It's a really odd scene. The thing is, there's lots, like I said at the beginning, there's lots of things in this that don't make sense. There's lots of weird things that happen. Like this is one of them. I think the other really weird scene is Ripley knows she's an experiment. She's known from the very beginning. They call her Ripley 8
Ripley
because she's the
very strange
eight-
things.
eighth incarnation of this attempt. When she finds all of the other versions of her, one of which that was, I mean, hideously disgusting, but had a lovely breast, which was actually modeled off of Sigourney Weaver's. And I was like, do you know what? I admire that. Like, she goes mental with a flamethrower, and I'm like,
Why?
Like, you know, like this is not new news to you. Like, yes, I get it. It's distressing to see it, but you were aware that you were the 8th. You knew they would keep this shit. It's just like there's lots of things like that I'm just like, oh, it's a bit odd.
I think what is a human standpoint. Yes, it's very traumatic to see the failed attempts that have come from you, especially when you see the one on the bed screaming, "Save me, kill me, kill me, kill me." And even Sigourney Weaver covers her dignity and puts a blanket over her private parts and stuff. Like, the reason it works is because, yes, in that moment, as a human character, you would be fucking traumatized by what you've seen.
But she's
however,
not human.
this is the point. It doesn't work very well based on how emotionally disconnected this character has been portrayed up until this point. It's a very jarring scene for Sigourney to experience at this point, because we know from everything we've seen prior to this moment that she's, I mean, unless this is what is trying to signify her breaking point, because she does become a lot more empathetic with other characters throughout from here on out. But it's just, it's weird. It's weird. You would feel like she would feel, I'd get her wanting to destroy it, but not to the emotional investment level where she's almost like
more out of disgust. I think in my head, her character would be more disgusted at these failed attempts based on how fucking effectively perfect she is.
Yeah. You could see her walking past the room, seeing it, and be like, chucking a grenade in and carrying on. But to be bellowing the wind, it's a cool scene. I really like it, but in context to the rest of the movie, it doesn't quite fit.
No, it doesn't. One thing that I wish they'd committed to, and they bottled it, and they bottled it for the right reasons, but I think it would have been cool as shit. So the newborn that we'll get to in a minute, the original creature design had a likeness to Sigourney Weaver, including face and bare breasts. Now, they abandoned it for a couple of reasons. The first one, they thought it would be jarring for audiences to have a creature with the same face as Sigourney Weaver with a double mouth, which I think is fucking awesome.
I would love to have seen that character do that at some point in the movie.
But also, they had legal concerns over the fact that there was too much similarity to Syl from Species, who also was designed by H.R. Geiger, who designed the original Alien. So they sat in this place where they're like, we might get sued by H.R. Geiger. We also might get sued by Warner Brothers. We also might get sued by Species themselves. Like, it's a great design, but we need to go back to the drawing board. And they end up with this weird, I don't know.
We'll talk about that later. I don't want to burn that now because I've got a lot to say about that at the end.
I love the concept that the alien queen has now, like, Sigourney Weaver's got alien DNA in her, and she's got now alien abilities.
Yeah.
The alien queen having the ability to have reproductive organs like a human and have a womb and physically give birth as opposed to just lay eggs.
Perfect. And it's delivered brilliantly by Brad Dourif as well, which we later find out has survived and been trapped to this Jeepers Creepers wall.
It's a beautiful butterfly.
And he just delivers this outstanding monologue about how one of the greatest creatures to ever has taken one thing that was missing from it, and that was a human reproductive system. And thanks to you, Ellen, this is now a possibility, you know, and you see this fucking pregnant alien queen.
But proper labour. I'm going to be honest, as someone who sat in on a real live human who has given birth, there is no difference to this apart from this one has a double mouth. It's the
Yeah.
same. It's exactly the same. This
I mean, I
experience
don't know. I have experienced that before.
you didn't go in for the birth. Oh no, you done it at home yourself.
Dr. Mark.
Dr. Mark. but please tell me you were huddled in a blanket with it over your head going, it's a beautiful butterfly.
I was just getting
Butterfly."
shouted at for a lot of the day, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, but like this pregnancy, 100%, the people who done the animatronic work for this sat and watched real birthing videos to get all of the screams and the arm movements exactly right. Because it's like I could play this next to a birthing video of Lisa giving birth to our daughter. It's the same video, just one's a human, one's a xenomorph. No difference otherwise.
Yeah, but you see, for me, like I find it like a really unusual concept because I don't personally agree that this is a more beneficial reproductive way.
No,
For,
lay
I
the
mean,
egg.
I mean, the thing is, like, it produces. I suppose when you look at it from the xenomorph cycle, where it's a two-part system, you know, like it's an interface hugger, face
Yeah.
hugger, implants on some organic material, and then that's what gives the xenomorph aspect. So I suppose it's a quicker transaction, but I don't think results are anywhere near.
No, because what do we get? We get something that looks a cross between a mosquito, a xenomorph, and Sigourney Weaver. It's odd. It's
It
funny.
looks like
fucking
someone
looking.
took a xenomorph, pumped it full of butter, stuck it in the oven so all its plastic exterior melted, and then it was like, this is what we've got. This is like with Mars too hot, just put the heating on too hot. You know, it's a weird looking creature, and I personally dislike a lot of this.
I dislike a lot of this. The thing I like about this, I like the fact it comes out and straight away it eats Brad Dourif's head. That looks great.
And
it
kills
literally
Mother.
and kills Mother. What a killer the Xenomorph Queen, where it's like the Xenomorph Queen like screams at it and it's like, fuck you, and just takes its top jaw off, like, you're dead.
I mean, it's good because again, it builds up the setup for the fact that he doesn't recognize that as its mother, and it recognizes Ellen as its mother, and I think that's cool to show that it disregards the actual Xenomorph Queen because it instantly recognizes. Because again, these are very intelligent creatures. It knows that it's birthed from the Xenomorph, but it knows that the original source material is Ellen. But
Yeah, and
again, I just don't like the design of the creature. I think the fact that they're representing it as being the pinnacle of what the evolution of the Xenomorph is.
They do a better job in
looking.
better job in Romulus.
Romulus is better. I think what some of the creature designs and results are in Prometheus and Covenant are much better than what we've got here. I think there's a lot of variants of Xenomorph that we got throughout this franchise that look a hell of a lot better than what the results are at the end of Resurrection. And I do feel it's the weakest part of the movie. And this is one of the main reasons why my score has been down to a 4 instead of something a little bit higher.
Sigourney Weaver, bear in mind this alien hybrid weird baby thing loves Sigourney Weaver. Like there's a bit where it's attacking Winona Ryder and Sigourney Weaver basically gives it a hug and tells it to calm down. It's like, oh, thanks, Mo. And it has this really like sweet moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then like she punches a hole in the fucking wall and like pushes it. Like the betrayal, Sigourney Weaver's betrayal of her baby is borderline criminal, and I actually find it really sad. Like this xenomorph thing's like stuck on the wall, its guts are being sucked out into space, and it's looking at what it sees as its mum. Like, Mum, why would you do this to me, Mum? I love you, Mum. I was going to do as I was told. Like, it's borderline heartbreaking. It's awful.
Right. So there's a lot of reasons why this works. One of them being when Ripley originally gets sucked down through the grate into the floor. I have questions about that with the whole massive giant alien orgy tentacle thing as she's sucked through into the hive.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
I'm not entirely sure.
It's like tentacles and xenomorphs and tentacles, and I'm like, I've not seen anything that has giant tentacles that would represent this scene the way that you're showing it to me.
It's almost like they looked at a HR Geiger drawing and went, "We want that. That'll do." Like,
yeah,
that's
again, weak. It shouldn't be there. It pissed me off. Right. My next point is, I get. So she cuts her hand off her face and flicks some of her acid blood at the glass, which eventually cracks and then sucks it out. But you see the trauma in Sigourney Weaver's face, knowing what she's done. Brilliant. But it's just like, there are so many elements to the movie where they do such a good job of shifting her character from being non-empathetic to empathetic for human, picking a side, and which side does she want to be on, and I'm fighting this, I'm fighting that. But here, it just feels so conflicting and so quickly pushed forward. And maybe because of how easily she falls into the acceptance of this fucking tentacle pit. I don't get the tentacle pit scene, because at this moment she's like, I'm one with my babies. And it's like, then all of a sudden the next scene, you're killing it. And I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it as well. And there's a lot of budget constraints that I'm going to talk about in a minute that changed the ending. So the ending was going to be very different. But basically, she kills her xenomorph baby, xenomorph hybrid, whatever it is. And then they crash on Earth. And that's kind of the end of the movie. The original, they had 2 drafts before this, both of which were infinitely better. And I'm going to read them out to you. So in the first draft, the Betty crash lands on Earth. Ripley, Cal, and 2 other crew members and the newborn are the survivors. Ripley decides to lure the newborn away from the nearby city and battles it with a grenade launcher in a snowy forest. The creature nearly kills her, but Cal comes in with the rescue, driving a harvester Reaper farm-like machine that she found in a garden chase sequence earlier on board the ship that they also cut from the film because of budget limitations. Together, they drive the newborn into the grinders of the harvester, which tears it to shreds. Instantly, that ending, I'm on board. The second ending that they didn't go with, which again, infinitely better, the Betty lands in a futuristic junkyard near Paris, where the newborn suddenly appears from the hull, and it grabs hold of Cal and bites her shoulder, draining of her blood. When it realizes her blood is metallic, it kind of gags and drops her to the floor. Sigourney Weaver lures it somewhere else, where it's then picked up with a magnetic crane because it's now got magnetic blood in its mouth. It's dropped into a compactor, which it then manages to escape. It comes out and it tries attacking Cal again, and Ripley kills it with a spear to the head. Both of these were cut because of budget constraints. However, in the deleted or the alternative ending, they do land in this junkyard, and Ripley and Cal sit there and have I'm a stranger on this planet, so am I. Let's go explore it.
That's what I've only known. What's the other ending?
What, the other ending of the movie? They just crash, and as they crash, they kind of rock up, and that's the end.
Yeah, but it's like a post-apocalyptic Paris, isn't it? And they're like, I'm a stranger on this land. You know,
no,
the police will be here soon.
That's the alternative ending. The other ending, they just crash land, and that's it. It's done. They crash.
Okay, so I've been watching the alternate ending my entire life.
Yeah,
the ending I've seen is they crash in Earth, and like Ron Perlman's all buzzy that they've managed to sail through with the guy, and then they land, and then Sigourney Weaver and
Cal
are having a conversation, and he's like, "Oh, what's next?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know." And he's like, "Well, the authorities will be here soon. It's very easy to get lost in a place like this. What should we do?"
Yeah,
that's credits.
Yeah, there's a slightly extended version of that is like the full alternative ending. But yeah, it's I don't know. I don't necessarily like the ending where they end up on Earth. It's one of those, like, if they were going to end up on Earth, this movie should have ended with a xenomorph crawling out and then led into something on Earth. But they make such an effort to keep everything away from Earth. And then when they done the Alien Earth series, which is set prior to all of this, I'm like, this is annoying. Like, I love
Yeah.
Alien Earth, but you've kind of like fucked with my timeline. I don't like that.
But in the same sense, though, like in the confinement of Alien Earth, I haven't finished Alien Earth. I think I've got like 2 or 3 episodes to go. I kind of dipped out, which is a shame. I love that. I thought it was great. Timothy Oliphant, and that's outstanding. But there was just something
Chef's
about
kiss,
it that
great.
there was something about it that just kind of pulled me out, and I didn't go back to it for some reason or another. But surely the thing that makes more logical sense about the Alien Earth thing is that each Alien movie up till this point is so well confined to the story that's contained to the movie. So like they wouldn't know they've made it there before.
This is true.
I think that's one of the reasons why I could logically justify it. You could understand the confinement of their situation. It's like, we can't let this thing back to Earth, but they don't know that this hasn't happened prior. You know, it's Whale and Yutani. You think they've only got one ship? You think they've got all their eggs in one basket?
do you know one thing that cracks me up is earlier in the movie where they're like, we're going to crash land it on Earth. Ron Perlman's like, oh no, not fucking Earth, like any other planet. Earth is an absolute shithole.
Yeah.
And then as they come into land, like it is the most beautiful sky you've ever seen in your life. I'm like, doesn't look like a shithole. And then when they land and he gets out, he's like, oh, I'm so glad to be home. I'm like, you need to fucking make your mind up. Like,
I mean, it does look like a shithole when they land, though, to be fair.
It does, to be honest. I'm going to keep my. Do you know what? I'm not.
No.
I'm going to up it. Mine's mine. I'm going to put mine to a 4. It's a 4 out of 5. Fuck it. It's great.
Yeah, it is great. It is great. My score is going to stay the same. Mine is a 4. As I said, I have issues with the ending, but overall, I think this is a really fun movie. I don't get the hate from a lot of Alien fans. I think this brings a lot of collective ideas that the franchise has established prior and blends a perfect mix of everything that it's done before. So for me, it's a solid movie in the franchise. I don't get the hate. It's one of my favorite rewatches when I do go through this franchise. So yeah, solid.
Yeah, 4 out of 5 from both of us. Perfect. Well, let's check our voicemails. And we actually have some voicemails this week because we're kind of catching up now. Like, this is just before my wedding when we're recording, but voicemails have been rolling in, and we're going to release a few, and then in a couple of weeks, I'm sure it'll be chaos with them. But we get to hear from someone today that we've not heard from ages, and I'm glad you're okay. Where have you been, Dave?
Hey guys, I'm way behind. I'm trying to catch up. Just listened to 30 Days Night, and great episode as usual. On Mac, about your little segment, I absolutely love it. It's fantastic seeing all the shit you've got. I wouldn't dare tell you where you're going wrong and what you could do better, because you have much better knowledge of this than I do. So just keep it going. I've also looked into that, as you said, that it's definitely one of the reasons to look my movies, because hey, less than £2 a month, you can't fault it.
I missed a lot of that, I'll be honest with you. That was really muffled.
So it was. I think Dave was driving. He basically said that he loves what you're doing. Your feature, VHS from the Crypt, absolutely loves that. He wouldn't dare tell you how to change what you're doing or say where you're going wrong, because you know far more than him. Also, he's looked into is it CLZ app?
Yes.
Yeah, so he's looked into that, and for £2 a month, he thinks you can't go wrong.
Right, so it's perfect up. Also, same cost of the Patreon.
It is, and if you're going to buy one or the other,
yeah, oh yeah. If it's a tussle between the two,
exactly that. I tell you what, I might even put a thing on Patreon where you can log. I'll see if I can do it, where you can log your fucking VHS collections on our Patreon and just double up the app.
Yeah, perfect.
Right. Well, we got another message from Dave. It's nice to see Dave back. It's a shame he's fallen behind. Right, what else we got?
Right, I've just jumped onto the Mortal Kombat episode, and I need to be a guest on your show at some point just because of my own personal theme tune, because these rock.
Dave, do you know what? As a Patreon member, I will make you your own personal theme tune and release it on Patreon just for you.
Yeah, and we'd love to have you on as well at some point, Dave. Let us know. Let us pick a movie. Let us know what you'd like to have, and we'll do an episode.
We'll let Dave pick a poll. Dave pick a poll of wild shit that he wants to cover.
Exactly that, man. He's been a long-stay member of the show and a long-stay member of the Patreon episodes. Too right, man. You'd have an episode.
100% the Greasy Strangler will be in his request list. He's been trying to get that on for ages.
I need to watch that movie as well because I think it's going to be right in my wheelhouse. I just haven't come around to it yet.
It's one of those movies that you'll be like, this is so good. It's one of the movies that when I watched it, I think it may have even been on Dave's recommendation. And I spent the first half an hour going, what? Why? Why? No, what? And then all of a sudden I was like, yeah, okay, this is fucking bizarre, but I like it a lot.
Perfect.
Right, 3-word review. This is where you review the movie in 3 words only. Facebook come in this week. Facebook, I'm going to be honest, Facebook done nothing for ages, and we now have 16,000 followers on Facebook. That happened in like 3 months. I don't know how that happened,
Impressive.
but yeah, really impressive. And welcome to Facebook listeners. Richard Box went with Bag of Bollocks.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
You think that hurts? Robert Rogers went with Better Than Prometheus.
Oh, dude.
And Bellamy Barelegs, who does have some very bare legs, went with I Hate It.
People
So
are not coming out tonight.
No. Over on Slasher, Alex McLeavy went with Ripley Cloned. Weird. There's not a lot of love for this. Instagram, can they help us out? This girl loves horror. Iconic bullshot.
Yes.
And it was. TMDB podcast, it deserves better. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It deserves so much better. Cinema Recall went with best after Aliens. I don't know. I'm still. I think I scored Alien 3 higher than this. I still really love Alien 3.
I think this is better than Alien 3.
I think it's close for me. Movie Maniac 808 created a new word, but I'm going to allow it because he used it in block capitals. Alien sucked, and his new word, out a window, which is spelled out a window, but it's now one word. It works. And finally, Broke Trainer Kev went with backhand swish. I love that sound effect. Don't forget, if you want to do a 3-word review, follow us on any one of our social medias. We're at You Run Podcast, literally everywhere. You get one of these every single week for every movie we cover. So go and drop your comments, and you could also appear here on the show. Also, if you want to send a voicemail like Dave, do that on Instagram or X. Go to where you send a DM. There's a microphone button, push and record a message, or do your own video on TikTok and tag us. And if you do that, you'd even get your face on here, because I'll just take the video and put the whole video on, because I'm lazy and I don't want to convert a video file into an audio file. So yeah, do that. Now, I hinted at it earlier and I've mentioned it many times. It is nearly my wedding. Today, I have spent 16 hours on the road for work. I wrote this episode about 15 minutes before we started.
Is this you justifying how is this week?
This game is either going to be absolute gold that we will come back to again and again and again, or it is going to be the biggest pile of dog shit. It took me literally, I sat here and went, fuck, what do we do? We'll do this. It took like 3 seconds in my head to go, it's a good idea. You know when you get the good devil and the bad devil? Like, I was short of time and the bad devil went, excuse me, I've got a really good idea. And before the good devil could even say a word, I'm like, we'll do that.
Yeah, I can tell already this is going to be absolutely fucking dire.
It's called That's Not My Baby. It's a little bit like Fuck, Marry, Kill. However, the options are throw out an airlock, love and care for, or fight to the death. So
like when you say fight to the death, you mean actually like fight the baby?
Yeah, they're not necessarily babies, but you need to pick one of them to fight to the death. You need to pick one of them to love and care for, and you need to pick one of them to just throw out an airlock.
Right,
so
okay.
Your first choices are the hybrid from this movie, as in the alien baby, Syl from Species, or Damien from The Omen.
Right. I would fight Damien to the death.
Is that because he's small?
Yeah, because I feel like I have a good chance. Even though he's Spawn Devil, I still think I've got it in the bag with that one.
Okay.
Alien, definitely out the window. You know, like it's already been done.
Yeah.
Easy maneuver and option. And Syl, fuck yeah.
You're going to love and care for Syl.
I'm going to love and care for her.
Has
Give
no-
her everything she deserves. Everything she's seeking and looking for, I will give her.
See, this started really easy, and now it's going to take some real dark turns from here. Your next three are Megan, Chucky, and Billy from Dead Silence. Bear in mind, Megan is underage, as is Billy from Dead Silence. Which one of these are you going to love and care for?
Right. So Billy is out the window because that dude's creepy as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
he can do creepy, weird shit. I'm going to fight Chucky to the death because, again, I've watched a lot of Chucky movies. Don't understand how that cunt wins every single fight. And I'm going to love and care for Megan, but in a nice, platonic, fatherly way. I'm going to teach her the right way to be as an alien killer robot.
You're going to give us some like fatherly advice. Okay, look,
Yeah.
I like your sass, it's good, but kind of don't kill people that are nice. Knock that shit on the head.
Exactly that. But then when she's 18, it's game on, baby.
Oh,
I'm
dude.
joking. I'm joking.
Oh. I don't even know why I've got that soundbite. Right. Now you've got Glenn/Glenda from Seed of Chucky, Esther from Orphan, or a young Michael Myers.
Right. Glenn and Glenda's out the window immediately. What was the other one apart from Myers?
Esther from Orphan. This is the girl who's like 25 posing as a 10-year-old.
Yeah, I'll fuck her up. I'll fight that one. And then I will, same again, I'll care for Myers. I'll care for him. He might give me some good sequels in the future.
The next two are like, they're like Sophie's Choice questions. Like, so Kevin McAllister, Chunk from the Goonies, or Annie from the movie Annie?
It's an easy one for me because Chunk's out the window because then I can fight Annie and I feel like that's a guaranteed win for me. She's fucked immediately. And then Kevin McAllister is a star. You know, like, I want him to do in life. I would look after him. I would take him in as my own.
See, I think I'd fight Kevin McAllister to the death just purely because it would be so much fun going through whatever disaster zone.
I feel like you would lose that fight.
I'd definitely get at least one paint can to the face, but I think it would be a lot of fun. And the final one, which is like, I don't think you can do this one. I think you're going to tap out now. Legolas, Gimli, or Boromir?
Oh, you horrible, horrible. That is like Sophie's Choice.
And any one of these you fight to the death is killing you, hands down. Like Legolas, you're not even getting
immediately. Yeah, I feel like one I reckon I could go up against is Boromir, and I still even think then the odds are stacked against me. I'll be honest. I'm going to chuck Legolas the window purely because he is the reigning champion. I feel like that's an unwinnable fight. Yeah,
he's coming down on a surfboard and putting 15 arrows in you before you.
Yeah, like that's just a foolish game to even attempt.
Yeah,
I feel like Gimli, given his stature, I could probably do something cunning enough to get the upper hand in that one. I probably wouldn't walk away from it, but I feel like I would give more standing chance than I would fighting Legolas. So I'm gonna fight Gimli.
Okay,
but Boromir, like it's hard to do anything but love, care for that man. You know, like he didn't deserve to go out the way he did. You know, it breaks my heart every time. He had a rocky road, and he just wasn't taught the right way. You learn that from what father he had who brought him up. You know, he just needs love, does Boromir.
He needs a father who can eat tomatoes properly.
Exactly.
Right. So that game wasn't as much of a disaster as I thought. And let's do this.
He's the king of the spool, the lord of the stag. If it's on magnetic tape, there's no turning back. From the floor to keeping analog alive on the edge of the border. Rewind, right under the static flip. It's Mark, VHS from the crypt.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Max VHS from the Crypt. I don't know why I'm stalling because I have my tapes here anyway.
Are you actually prepared this week? Shit.
Yeah, I'm always prepared. Like, I enjoy this segment now, so I put a lot of thought into it once I know what the episode's going to be. Which, again, like why I was saying to people to reach out was because sometimes I get it right, sometimes I get it wrong, and sometimes I pick movies that I don't feel fully aligned with the episode we're doing. I mean, this week's an easy one.
Well, you keep talking, I need to grab something because there's something I want to show, not because it's a showcase item, because just I'll grab it. You carry on.
Right,
I'll be
okay.
2 secs.
Right. Okay. So this week, it's obvious what I'm going to pick. I have the entire Alien franchise on VHS up to the point where they stopped being released, which is Aliens 1, 2, 3, and Resurrection. And then also additionally to that, I have AVP 1, which is something. It's quite a difficult tip to obtain, but I haven't showcased it this evening because I just think hopefully we might get the opportunity to dive into Alien versus Predator at some point. So I'm saving AVP for that particular episode. But obviously this week is an Alien Resurrection episode. So this is my Alien Resurrection X rental tape. It's cool because it's got like a glossy light to it.
Hologram.
It is hologram, but not quite hologram. So, like, if I was to showcase, what's the latest? Right, so the latest lenticular is the word I'm looking for. So this is the tape that I got the other week, which is called Cold Hearts. Let me see if I can get the lighting on this to work. Cold Hearts, that is Kimberly, the pink Power Ranger. But if you turn it, she turns into
That's cool.
one of the
It's
really difficult to get the lighting right on this room.
I could see it turning from straight face to face on the side. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a vampire face. It's a vampire movie, obviously. Lenticular, very cool. I have a couple of lenticular tapes in my collection. 2 that I really, really want, which are like the most prominent, like nostalgia tapes for me, are the Jack Frost ones. I have the Jack Frost tapes in X rental format, but not the lenticular. Now, for those of you who have memories of Blockbuster of being a kid, the Jack Frost ones are going to be ones that immediately pop out in your brain because it's the snowman and then it turns to the ghost face snowman. Really, really cool. I will swap out my Jack Frost 1 and 2 for lenticulars at some point, but I haven't gone. But anyway, I digress. This is just sort of like shiny, cool. Remember when you used to get like a shiny Pokemon? This is like the shiny Pokemon of VHS tapes. It's cool. It's a really, really good tape. Again, Blockbuster special. Love it when my tapes have the Blockbuster sticker on it. I'm going to let Scott showcase what he wanted to do before I continue on with what I had coming from last week.
So everyone knows the Alien Earth TV series, yeah?
Yeah.
Alien Earth, the movie.
That's not the right thing.
Like, this is the biggest pile of shit I have ever watched in my life. I picked this up.
Buy that thinking it was the TV show, or did you just buy that?
I picked it up because it had like the biggest fucking rip-off of the Alien logo and lettering. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm going to get that. And then when I got it home, I was like, I need to watch it. I put it on about 5 minutes in. I'm like, what is this? And then I remained in that what is this moment for the next hour and 40 minutes. It is the biggest pile of dog shit I have ever seen in my life. But I wanted to showcase it because it's
and even like the cover as well. It's nigh on the same. That's shit. The chances are I probably really would like that movie.
So yeah, I want to know, what is it we've been waiting for a whole week to see?
Yes. So as I said, I had something very, very special. To you guys, this is probably not even going. And I said this last week. I was like, I'm hyping it up like it's going to be something fantastic. Everyone's going to be like, yeah, it's just that shitty movie. But this is like real rock horse shit.
Do you want a drum roll?
No, because again, like I feel like I'm overselling how
I-
important
I-
it is because I know
I-
it's only important to me because of
I,
how
I
valuable
can
it is to me as a
I can give you
collector.
I can give you a drum roll that would like be appropriate if you'd like it.
Yeah, go on then, give it a go.
Okay, here you go.
Dun, dun, dun!
Oh, it's
And
the
this
Ring
is
2.
the Ring 2. Now, this is a rarity. Like, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if you can quite see, but it's got like a really sort of weird faded version. It says sample on it.
Yeah.
So, and if it was last week or the week before, I mentioned and I went into great detail about sample tapes and how they were shipped to like videos to play on the screens and stuff like that. But they were time coded, and they have, when you put them on, they have like runner numbers on them. It's not like the proper. This is a sample version of the Ring, which is, as you can imagine, the very, very last of the dying breed of VHS tapes. Like
Yeah, that
DVD
must
was
have been
all
like at
rage.
the end. Yeah.
Yeah, like this is like to the point where when this came about on the group that I managed to tag this on, there was conversations of this being a myth. Like I've only ever seen one other version of that in my entire life, and these are people who have been collecting for years and years and years. Like, oh, people have spoke about it, but I didn't actually know it was a thing. So it's a very special tape from one, just purely based on the rarity of it. And that's one thing. The point I might collect now, like finding things that are unique and special, and like I can turn around in my collection and be like, "Have you seen this?" You know,
Yeah.
that's the kind of stuff that's getting me excited at the moment. And to own this is really, really cool. And to add this to The Ring, which was a movie that I thought was a one and done in terms of VHS collecting, to now be like, oh, actually, no, that's not. Like, I've added the sequel to that. Now it's a complete franchise on the shelf. Is really, really cool. And the weird thing about this, even though it's an official tape, on the back even says, I just can't get the lighting right. That segment there, it says DVD special features, and then it's got a list of all special features that you would get on the DVD. Like, it's mental. It's a mental tape to own. I'm really pleased to have. I need to watch. It's even got the reverse inlay on the back. It's not a reverse inlay, but it's almost like when you open.
Yeah.
I need to watch it.
I
haven't had the time to yet. But then it's got like marketing stuff on it about like what TV channels and things like that. Like it's really, really cool for anybody who's into collecting retro, like I am, to own something like this that is such an anomaly is bizarre. I mean, even the tape itself, it says Ring 2 preview. You can't see that. It's preview copy only, not for sale or not for rental.
That's cool. I like that a lot.
It's a really, really cool tape. I got this at a steal. I'm not going to tell you what I paid for it, but I got this at a steal to the point where I immediately went online and I only found one other copy of it. And it was astronomical prices, what they were trying to get for it. So I know this was a really, really fucking lucky find. Again, I didn't want to build it too much because I don't think it's something people are going to appreciate as much as I do. But this is cool, man. This is really, really fucking cool to VHS.
I really, really like that. Also, on the next VHS from the Crypt, there is going to be a very special VHS from the Crypt, because there's going to be a VHS from the Crypt where Mark showcases something that I present to him when I get married this weekend, because I have sought out something that is incredibly difficult to find in the world of VHS that is a gift to my best man.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you very much. Now I'm curious.
Yeah, it's something that I actually put effort in to find it. I'm quite pleased. I probably put more effort into finding your gift than I did to finding my suit. So anyway, that is the VHS from the Crypt. Go and follow Mark at VHS from the Crypt on Instagram, where he can showcase a hell of a lot more than he showcases here on the show. Like, he does daily posts that are every single one of your posts irritates me. It's like you'll showcase what in your collection is rather mundane, and it'll be like, oh, just pick some. I've been with you when you've created posts. You're like, oh, just grab a couple of tapes and stack them up, take a cool photo. Yeah, it's cool. I'll post it. Every single person who looks at that's like, motherfucker.
Yeah, and again, I don't have endless money to be able to obtain this. I just hit VHS collecting at a very good time, and I picked up special stuff. Now it's
Also,
become
Mark
a very
gets his-
hipster thing at the moment.
Mark gets his extra cash from VHS Baldy Hat Man at OnlyFans.com, where he poses naked with a VHS in front of his junk, and that's where all of his cash comes from.
I think that would do well.
I genuinely, do you know, I've toyed with this idea for so long, and I even had the potential of collaborating with another much larger podcast than we are, of doing nude horror movie reviews where we do exactly what we do here, but we start bollock naked with a mask or a VHS or a DVD or whatever it is covering our junk and sticking it on OnlyFans for $5.99 a month. I genuinely think that would make a ton of money.
Why? Who would buy that? Can't even get people to pay £2 a month to listen to us actually be interesting.
But we would still be interesting, butt naked. I guarantee we'd get. If you want to see me and Mark do naked reviews with Mark with a Michael Myers mask over his junk, and me with, I don't know, a Freddy mask over my junk, and both of us in a blindfold because we cannot look at what we're looking at.
No.
If you want that episode, like, I don't know, let us know. That is it for this week. I can't tell you what we got next week because we have a poll out at the moment which isn't finished, but also that's not next week's episode because me and Mark are now taking a break for a week or so while we do wedding and other stuff. Next week's episode hasn't been polled yet, but at some point we're going to cover either Hokum or Obsession, and also next week we have another wild sequel episode. But yeah, whatever it is, undoubtedly it'll be awesome because me and Mark are doing it. So yeah, you need to make sure that if you're listening, you subscribe and you go and rate and review us on whatever platform you can, because that really helps. And if you're watching on YouTube, you see that little thumbs up, like just click on that. That makes such a difference, especially on YouTube at the moment because we're gathering pace. And like the last couple of episodes on YouTube, we've had 50 and 150 views, which is fucking an anomaly. So keep that going. And yeah, have a wonderful week. And we'll be back next week with some kind of hybrid baby for you to enjoy. So bye.
And you'll be married. You'll be a man next time we come.
I will be. I will be married. Does that mean I have to stop commenting on boobs in movies?
Nah, I think so.
No, I'm all right.
Dun 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 dun.
You want to die tonight?
You're on podcast. You're on podcast. Late at night, I tune into your show where you talk horror with a unique flow. Your voice is like sirens, draws me in as you pick apart movies on murder and sin. Scott and Mark set the scene. I hang on every word, lost in the screen. Your passion for fear is contagious enough. You make me believe in Mark's fucking long round ups. Round up, round up, round up, round up, round up. You're on podcast, horror movie review, sharing facts and playing games too. Your words paint pictures of darkness and dread, leaving me grinning long after you fled. You're on podcast.
Open your mouth wide and take it.